Hi, hello, Pip here from queenpipcards.com. Thanks ever so much for joining me today. Today we are talking Halloween. I'm having a Halloween fest at the moment because it is coming up soon and it will be here before you know it. So I'm talking about the beautiful, wonderful, wonderfully wicked stamp set, and this is a bundle with the wicked dies, which cuts out basically just the word wicked. But it also cuts out some cute little spiders, a little spider like that. So here's the wicked die, which is great, but it is slightly too wide to put on an A6 card. Okay, it'll hang over just a smidge on either side, which, you know, you might be able to put it a bit crooked, or, you know, be happy with that. That's fine. It definitely would work if you had your card this way round. So this way is fine, but not portrait. But I wanted to do a portrait one. I wanted to do something with the spiders. So, and then I decided I also wanted to show off the fact that this paper, which is from the Monster Bash, I'm using the beautiful spider's web on this one, and then on this one I wanted to use this piece with all the different characters on it, and this is actually more Very Vanilla, so I'm doing some with Very Vanilla just to show you that you can do both Whisper White and Very Vanilla in this set, and it works both ways. So what am I going to do? Well, obviously for the spidery one, we need spidery stuff. So I have the big spider's web here, and I have the spider, and I have my black ink somewhere. Here we go. But before I do any of that sort of stuff, we do need to just sort of obviously make this a little bit more Halloweeny. So I'm taking my dauber, and we're just going to just go around the edge with my dauber. I like this. You can do it in your hands. It doesn't matter if it's wispy. It doesn't have to be perfect, because at the end of the day, it's all about making it a bit more gruesome-y or dark. So it doesn't have to have that perfect blended look to it. You're sort of making it into the shadows. Dun, dun, dun. Into the shadows with you. Right. So a little bit more on the corners. Just a little bit extra sort of spookiness, and then we're going to go with the big spider's web in black, and spider's webs actually attach like this, just, you know, I know that because of Sean. Okay, you'd think it would be the other way around, but actually it isn't. It's this way around. So if you put it that way round, it looks better from a design perspective, but actually it's wrong. But anyway, we're going to go with the wrong way for up here, just so that we can have a bit of difference. But this is actually the correct way of doing it. And I'm pretty much going to go to town with these spider's webs. I almost want them to join up. So we have a bit more over here. And we're going to do one coming down here. This spider's been very busy. There we go. Okay, so we have spiders, ignore that, and then that's the web, but obviously we need the big black spider, and the big black spider, I'll get it nice and dark with my Memento, and I want it hanging down from the web, so that's going to come down about there. Okay, there we go. Fantastic. Almost connected with that one. If you want it to actually connect with that one, then you can just take your right marker in basic black, and you could actually just do this and draw a line from there to there, so it looks like it's on a web, which is kind of cute. I quite like that. So that's that. Sean loves spiders. This is going to be a dream card for Sean. All right, so that's going to go on there. That's going to go on there. That's going to go on some smoky slate. But we're going to daub the edges of all this. You can really let your daubing go wild with these cards, because that's the whole point, really, isn't it? Just to make them spooky. And if you've got any goth friends, brilliant. I don't know, is goth a thing still? I don't know. I quite like the whole goth thing, I have to say. Interview with the Vampire and all that came out, really, didn't it, back then? We'll do the same with this one. This is the only time really that I go against my clean line image of what I really like doing, and I allow myself to be a bit more random and it's not really shabby chic or anything. It's which I do allow myself to do occasionally. It's definitely not that. Okay, so we're going to put some of these on, make it a bit messy. There we go. All right, so that's going to go on there, that's going to go on there. That's now got its nice black outline, it's going to go there. So it just softens it slightly. He's going to go on there, and then we need a sentiment, obviously, or something. So I quite like this wicked here. Have a wicked, and then good time inside, or something like that. So I'm thinking if I pop that on there, we should be able to get that out with a... I think this will fit the timeless... I reckon that's going to fit the timeless tower punch. So let's check that's big enough. Yep. Okay, where's it gone? Now the question here is, do we want to add some colour? And if we do want to add some colour, this is the time to do it. I quite like the pumpkin. Let's do that. And then we can make the... Let's see what it looks like. We can always change our minds. So we want to do wicked like that. There we go. Lovely. And then I'm going to stamp the rest of it in a minute. But first we'll just pop this out. Probably should have done this on a bigger bit of paper. Hold on. If you ever get stuck like this, where you've punched something, or you want to punch something and the paper's too small, just grab a post-it note, stick it on the post-it note in the corner. Now you've got more hand room, and you can now move that around and get it to the point you need it to be. There we go. And you lose a bit of post-it note, but it holds it, so you're not floundering around for it, which is good. So then I'm going to grab the Have a sentiment, and we'll put that sideways. That I will do in black, and that I'm going to cut out by hand, so I'm just going to pop that down on here. There we go. Right, get that bit of post-it note out of there so it doesn't get stuck in there. So that is going to fit perfectly amongst the cobwebs. I do like that, that's come out nice. We might do a bit of a border around that, and then we're going to just chop this up here. But I want it to go in and up and really get that sort of flouncy bit going. And you can do that just literally by basically just following the lines of the lettering, but not being too precise with it. That's the best thing. There we go. Have a wicked time. Have a wicked Halloween. Right. Then what we do is we put on some black, I think. Let's get a piece of black cardstock and put this in here. Now, I think I want it to go this way actually. So chop that in half that way, and we'll just extend this. So you're just literally going to glue that there and glue that on the other side, and then it just gives you a small black border. It's not 100% perfect all the way around, obviously, because it's still the same length. If you wanted to do it all the way around, you can do two and then split them both and do one way and one the other, but I just want it one way. Bring that in there, just a little tiny border like that. And that really helps to set the white off from the rest of it. Otherwise it was getting a little bit lost in with the cobwebs. So do that, there we go. So then that fits better. Yeah, that looks better on there. And then we'll just pop that up. We might just go around. I should have gone around the edge of the wicked as well, actually. I'm going to go back and do that. That's the good thing about putting it on black. You can go back and distress the edge and it doesn't matter, because you're doing black on black, so that's cool. Oh, this has slipped slightly. Makes it look a little bit like a gravestone, actually. Actually, if you chop that off there, that's a perfect gravestone. Oh, I hadn't thought of that. Oh, now I'm getting lots of different ideas. Okay, so let's start by assembling this before I start losing all my pieces. So pop that down, give that a good old fold. There we go. And then I haven't got any, I'm not going to put any ribbon all the way around the card, but I might just have a bit poking out because I do like the sparkly black ribbon. It's not called sparkly black ribbon. It's called glittered organdy ribbon or something like that. But I do like that. So you can see this is the other side of the paper that we're going to use in the other card. So waste not, want not, as they say. Do one side, do the other. Okay, now I'm going to put this flat because it's quite a large piece of just plain Whisper White and I didn't want to mount it on anything, so we're just going to put this one straight down. Doesn't need to have glue in the middle because it's not holding anything. We'll pop that there, just off centre, like so. And then we can fit in fact I might even put this down here now. That looks good. Where's my dimensionals? In fact, I might use black dimensionals for this, just because in case it shows up, we don't want it, you know, in case people are looking sideways, we don't want it to show too much. So let's do that. And 4 is sufficient to stop us having soggy middles, so that's good. I'll pop that just there, like so. Have a wicked, and then we need good time. Actually, I might put good time underneath that. Oh, yeah, we could do that too, couldn't we? Let us find another block. Put that on there. Now I do need another bit of cardstock. We'll see how that looks. It might look rubbish, so we might change that, because I was going to have a wicked good time. I was going to have the good time in the inside, but maybe we won't do that. Maybe we'll have Happy Halloween. So while that's drying a sec, because now I've got ink all over this card, so let's move that over. I mean, there's distressed, but then there's really distressed, right? So we'll just pop that over there. Don't let me lose those again. And on this side we want to put more, this is the inside of the card now. So we're going to have more cobwebs. And we'll have them coming out here just so that people feel happy, even though it's the wrong way around. And then we have Happy Halloween. There we go. Ink that up. Stamp that in the middle. Ta-da! Okay. And then remember that we have to now distress all around the edge. I obviously have black on my fingers because it's getting somewhere, it's getting there. I'll try not to do it too badly. There we go. There we go. All right. So now that's dry. Hopefully now this is dry, so now I can cut out a good time. There we go. And I realise that I've been gassing away now for a good long while, so we might have to do the other card. I don't know, what do you think? Do you mind having a long video? Sometimes you guys don't mind and you watch me for a long time, but I do realise that it's going on a bit. So if you want to watch me in 2 halves, then maybe that would work. But I think I will record it all in one go, because I've still got another video to do yet with Halloween treats and treat bags and stuff, you know, so you're going to want to watch that one as well, aren't you? So let's pop this just straight along there. There we go. I'm just going to round that slightly. Hopefully I'm in camera and you can see me do that. Okay, now these obviously are tiny, So we will use the tiny dimensionals, and I'll use the white ones for when I'm putting it up here on the white, and the black ones for when we're putting it down on the black, because yes, they have both. Isn't that good? So we now have black dimensionals, which are great for when you're doing dark projects. Even if you're not doing black projects, if you're doing like Night of Navy, or, you know, well actually just probably Night of Navy really, but if you're doing something like that and you want it, you know, like a box or something, or anything that's got some dimension to it, and it means that they might see the dimensionals through, then using these on Night of Navy, or even Cherry Cobbler, you know, Mossy Meadow, actually any of our Early Espresso, any of our darker colours, that would be great. Oh yeah, that's cute. I'll stick him down there like that. There we go. Have a wicked good time. And then inside we're going to attach our Happy Halloween. And then you could send that to somebody as an invitation, or just as a salutation for people who celebrate Halloween. And then you could just put in there, if you wanted to invite them to something that you were holding, you could just say, come and have a happy Halloween, put the date, time, etc. And there you are. So there you go. Now it could do with a bit of bling, I think. But I'm trying to wonder which, I don't know which one of these would, oh actually one of those spider's webs might look good down there. Maybe. Might offset it though, I think. Now I'm going to leave it as it is. We'll go with no bling. Just a scary spider. And wicked in pumpkin, so that's good. That stands out a bit. Right, so the next card that we're making is going to be quicker. The next card we're making is using, because I have actually stamped these already, and I'll show you why I've already stamped what I'm going to do next already. We're going to be using this stamp set, which is the trio of tags, which I mentioned a little while ago. So trio of tags is, oh, there's a lot of stamps on that stamp set. Get those out of the way. So the trio of tags is a stamp set where you stamp all 3 stamps together, and you have 3 sets of stamps, but you can see that the image on the front of the cover is way smaller than the actual size of the stamp. They can't fit it on the cover because it's too big. But you have 3 that are about Halloween, 3 that are about Valentine's, and 3 that are about Christmas. So this is a stamp set that will take you, you know, way past just Halloween and Christmas, right the way through to Valentine's Day. And considering they've got Valentine's Day stuff in there, I think they might carry it forward, you never know. Which in which case means it'll last you all the way through to next year. But obviously if you buy it and you're just making cards for yourself, then you can have it for however long you want it. It's called Tags, 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 which kind of says what it is on the tin. I mean, not really giving you too much of a mystery there. And I've put mine on my iBlock, but they will just fit onto your, they will fit actually quite easily onto your e-block if you want to. Okay, so I have stamped these out already, and I've stamped them in 3 colours so that you can see what they look like. So I've got this one in crushed curry, this one in pumpkin, and this one in black. And I thought literally all I really want to do is pop, which one's the, that's not the one I want, but I've done them in white because there is some white in here, so that's going to go on the inside, okay, as very vanilla. Let me move that so you can see it. But this on the outside, there is some white out there on the images themselves, in their hair, the skeleton's white, etc. So you can get away with using white and black, you know, the vampire's white. So I thought sending a Halloween hello, but in 2 colours would be good. So I'm going to do the Halloween bit. See, I've stamped this, just a little bit of the Halloween there, and I'm going to chop this out so that the Halloween can then be put on top of the other Halloween, and you can have a yellow on black effect going on. Okay, does that make sense? Ooh, that's cut quite close, Pip. Probably would have cut that a little bit further away, but never mind. Nice, yes, because of the things. Right, so then that will sit on top of there. See, that works. So you're getting that lift. Now, these have a set of dies, of course, and the dies are called a trio of tags. And the trio of tags are like the stamps in that they cut out just all 3 tags at once, but they also have these cute pumpkins, hearts and snowflakes. So I'm going to cut a couple of pumpkins out. Okay, I thought I'd hit record. I hadn't hit record, so I've cut that one out already, but let me cut this one out so that you can see how it works. I just used a little bit of washi tape. So you line up, I find it's easier if we line up this bottom one here. Okay, get this bottom one in because our dies now line right up to the line. Make sure that that's pretty straight with that one at the top. Okay, so the lines are what you're looking at, not the bits in there. There we go, so that looks lined up, and then you just cut it all, cut it out all in one go. Okay, so just whiz it all the way through. There we go. And then you have 3 tags, as simple as that. That was quick and easy, wasn't it? And they cut beautifully, except when you have an old plate and they get stuck in the grooves. Okay, so that's that. And then I'm coming back in. Just make sure you don't leave any bits in your plate because it will, I need to get a new plate. It will catch on your cardstock for your next thing, so just be careful that you empty it off. Then I'm doing these 2 little pumpkins. Now these pumpkins actually sit in the 2 pumpkins here in the boo, but I'm not using that one. I'm going to just pop these in individually with some other embellishments because it does cut out 2 cute little pumpkins. There we go. Aren't they cute? They are cute. Alright, let's put them down there. Try not to lose them, Pip. Take that off. I'll clear all that lot up later. There we go. Get rid of that. Oh, that's a workout in itself. Okay. So now we have, actually we've got lots more tags than we need, but I'm going to use them in my next project, so that's good. So we've got sending a Halloween hello, boo, happy boo from me to you, and you see if you wanted to you could just turn these ones into pumpkins that sit in here, so the teeth are showing like that if you wanted to. So you've got you know, you've got that multicoloured piece, but what I'm going to do is just use them with this one. We're going to lift the Halloween part there, and then we're going to pop it onto another piece of card underneath. And the piece of card underneath that we're going to use is going to be black. And I'm using the Everyday Label Punch. There we go. And some of these I think would fit really well with different things. So I think, for example, that It's All About Candy would also fit really well with the Everyday Label Punch because it's the same style as well. And actually the Pretty Label Punch might also work with this one that I'm doing now. So let's just have a look and see what that one looks like, because it's nice to have a bit of coordination. Yeah, so actually that one I think would work nicely there too. In fact, I might use that one. That's nice. We like that. Then we could have pumpkins at either end with the like that or something like that. So we'll worry about that in a minute. But yes, always check your punches whenever you've got something that die cuts out a label. Always check, because a lot of the times they do make them coordinate with each other, which is cool. Now, I also really love this beautiful black satin ribbon. So we're going to pop a piece of this across the card, and then this is going to be our focal point, sending a Halloween hello, okay, with our little pumpkins. And then I'm going to put something through here like a tag, but it's going to be the organdy ribbon, this beautiful sparkly organdy that we're going to pop up here, probably in a bow, all right, or a knot or something, to make it look a little bit more like it's a tag. And then we've got some of these things that we'll be playing around with. So the first thing to do is to put your paper onto your cardstock. So I'll just do that. I'm not very precise with my gluing, as you know. It's all about getting it down. There we go. And then I think I want that sort of there. So it's a bit lower down, so you get to see quite a lot of that. Or I could hide over the dragons, but I actually really like the dragons. It's a pip thing. So we'll go here, further towards the bottom. And if you can put your ribbon into a third, like if you can cut your card into thirds, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. If you put your ribbon on a third, it always makes the card visually look better. So that's just a design. It's just something to do with the human eye. Look, just enjoys that pattern better. Humans are always looking for patterns, apparently. So there we go. Is that straight? Does it really matter if it's Halloween? Yes, it does, Pip. No, it is straight. That's fine. I didn't do much daubing of this lot. Might just add a bit of daubing. Got to have a bit of daubing. And you know the other thing I'm going to add is a bit of silver, because there's a bit of sparkle in this ribbon. Or it looks like it is because of the satiny thing. So I might just add a bit of silver to this. I do love this new Delicater Pigment Ink silvery shimmer. It is beautiful and looks really good. So what we will do is we'll actually daub around the edge of this with this, and then leave that to dry a little bit while I glue the other bit on. So literally just take your dauber with your silver shimmer and take that around the edge. Doesn't that look absolutely lush? And that's what it looks like on black. And just so that you know, you can also put it onto white, but it'll look more sort of grey and just a bit of a shimmery shine, so it doesn't look as silvery directly onto white. Okay, the gold on the other hand looks fantastic on a light colour, but doesn't look quite so good stamped on a darker colour. That's how I see it. That's how it looks to me anyway. Okay, so while that dries off a little bit, because you do need a little bit extra drying time with the metallic inks, because they're pigments, so they have something else in them to allow the metal to get to sort of be suspended in a solution. It's all very technical. And I forgot to fold my card, so let's do that first. Make sure I got it round the right way. Yeah, see, otherwise I'd have put it on the short side. That's not so good. Put it on the long side, Pip. There we go. Always make sure you're long side, and there's always going to be a long side. It's just the nature of cutting cardstock. Just always make sure your long side's at the front, because it makes it easier for people to open the card. Alright, so that's that. Pop that on there. We'll raise that up on there. Well, that's looking good. Raise that up on there. And then I'm thinking we might sort of just down here put one of these. Quite like the bat one, because there's quite a lot of bats in this, so we might just sort of pop a bat gravestone just under there. Almost looks like the dragon sitting on the gravestone. There we go. Now, to hold that down in place so that it doesn't pop up and that your topper's not always bouncing up and down, you can just slide a glue dot underneath where you know you're going to be sticking your topper. Don't do it otherwise, because you get this lump. So you don't want to do that otherwise. Right, then here we go with the layering. So where are my dimensionals? They were here a moment ago. I've lost it again, honestly. Where have they gone now? Here we go. Phew. Right. So we're going to layer up this. There we go. And then this on top. It's not thin enough to have to go down to the mini dimensionals. You can still do this with the big ones. So I'd layer this one on top first. There we go. And then we'll take these off and pop these on the other one. And then we're going to dimensional it up. God, that's difficult to say. We're going to put dimensionals on the bottom of this one as well. There we go. If you just get the circle right, see if you get that circle right, then the rest of it falls into place. That's looking nice. We like that. And then dimensional, 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 dimensional. A pretty label's good like that because it doesn't have a lot of middle space that's open, so that's good. Sending a Halloween hello. Put that down just about there-ish, I think. Yes, that's nice. And it's nice because this for once is bulky and I quite like that, but it's got this shiny, and when you hold it you're going to go, oh, what's that? And then you get to see that it's got it's like a little gravestone with bats on it, which matches all the other bats. So it's almost like they're coming from the gravestones. It's quite cute. Right, and then we'll put some pumpkins. Actually, I think the pumpkins might look better actually straight on the card. Ooh, yes, we might just pop those there. Just as, again, it's just small details that make that don't necessarily stand out very much, but it's the tiny bits that make a difference. I found in my card making, it's just something else to pull your eye in and go, oh, what's that? Oh, what's that? So there we go. I'll just pop that one over there. And then it might actually be quite nice to have a rook standing on the edge of that. I don't know if that's possible. Let's have a look, we'll see. Maybe we do one that's facing this way and we stick it to the ribbon. That might be a better idea. Just underneath the ribbon, but sort of where the label's starting. There we go. Don't get glue over your fingers like I have. Oh, now he's not very shiny at all. I'll have to rub him off in a minute. There we go. Yeah, that looks quite cool. I like that. And then, as I said, we're going to put just a little bit of this sparkle. And I mean just a little bit, because it's quite overpowering, this ribbon. So I'm going to tie it in a tight knot. I'm not going to try and fit this ribbon. It's too thick to try and fit this ribbon through that hole. But you can tie a bow and then just glue dot that there, so it looks like it's attached, but it isn't. It's kind of cheating. It's called cheating, but that's okay, we don't mind. So we'll just glue dot that down there, pop that just on that top bit there, and if you want to, we could add just a small black dimensional underneath, so that it has some support between the top and the bottom piece, if you see what I mean. And then I'm going to cut this really quite short, because it is just that little bit of sparkle that I wanted. It doesn't need to be more than that. So there you go. That's how you make your topper really just be it's It's just a tag, but it turns into a topper when you turn it like that. And then on the inside, we can... I just really want to use this little pussycat. This little cat is so cute. It bears no relation to the rest of the card whatsoever, but I think you'll forgive me when you see this little cat in situ. Because look, how cute is that? Oh dear. So it's just, I mean, I don't think the cat's on any of the papers either, which is really bizarre, because you'd think cats would be quite common in Halloween things, but I don't think it is. But it's so cute. It doesn't deserve to be left out. A couple of my, well, one of my teams in particular has a gorgeous little black cat. Although it's him, and this one I think is a girl because it's got the whiskers of a girl. I don't know why I'm saying that, because girls don't have whiskers, but it just looks like a she, doesn't it? I think it's a girl cat. So, but yeah, black cats are cute. Right, and very sleek. They're always sleek. Right, okay, so now we're going to put this on the inside. Oh, and I think we've finally finished. Wow, that took a lot longer to make 2 cards than I was expecting, but that's because I was gassing and I lost a whole load of bits in between. And then while I was changing from the dies to whatever, my camera ran out of juice, so I had to go and get another battery. So I apologise if I'm slightly disjointed, but it's because I actually did have to start again, some of it. Right, there we go. So, first card, very sort of black and white, spiderish. Second card, completely different, more colourful, mixing the colours and having the different elements from this tags bundle, and that cute cat inside, and this one's got the Happy Halloween. Right. Well, I think that you've probably watched enough of me waffling on, but do come back again. Please check out below, because there is a subscription link, and if you click that link you'll get more tips and tricks and Halloween treats, not tricks, no trick, just treats, from me over the coming weeks. And also I'll be back doing more videos. I do 2 videos a week and at least 2 blog posts with those videos, so you get all the dimensions and all of the information that you need, plus pictures, close-up pictures and all that kind of stuff. So have a great time, enjoy whatever it is you're going to be doing next, and I will see you again soon. Take care for now. Bye-bye. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.